Hi, it's Dr. Arif Rajpura here, Director of Public Health at Blackpool Council, here to give you another update on how the coronavirus pandemic is affecting Blackpool. So I'm pleased to say that the cases have come down considerably over the last few weeks, and our case rates are now at just over 80 cases per 100,000. So thank you to everyone that's been following the rules and helping to drive down these case rates. So it's working, we're getting those cases down, so things are heading in the right direction. So I'm really pleased with where we are. And I'm also pleased to say that, the hospital is it's still very busy, but it's facing less pressures from COVID. So that's really positive too. The main thing I wanted to talk about this week is schools, and obviously you'll have seen the roadmap, and the first stage of the roadmap is obviously schools opening on Monday, and schools welcoming back all pupils to the classroom. Now, what I should say is our schools have remained open throughout the pandemic to support critical workers and vulnerable children, and we managed this quite safely. Thank you to all those that have been involved in that. We still believe that school is the best place for children and young people to be, despite all the excellent online learning that's been available to children during lockdown. Nothing can really replace face-to-face education, and that's key to our children's future success. And importantly, the contact children have in school with their friends and fellow pupils, it's a really important part of a child's development. We've had low transmission rates in schools since the start of the pandemic. Throughout the current lockdown, we've seen school attendance just below 20% for vulnerable and critical workers children. And what we've seen is very low transmission rates. So school is the best place for children. So it's great that we're welcoming the whole school community back. Working with the schools, we've also strengthened the existing protective safety measures we have in place. So all pupils who are returning to the classroom in secondary schools will be taking COVID tests as well. So this regular testing will take place for all secondary school students, along with their teachers. And what this does is it provides us with another protective measure to try and stop the spread of this virus. The other change for secondary school students is face coverings, and they'll be required to wear those in class now. It'll also be a requirement for parents and staff in primary schools to wear face coverings. These things are being reviewed again, and they'll be reviewed at Easter time to see how they're working. So our schools are safe, and the school leaders have worked really hard to ensure social distancing, PPE, and regular cleaning are in place. What I'd ask the whole school community, including parents, is please, support us in following these rules. Continue to do everything you can to adhere to the safety measures. And it's vital that you don't congregate outside of the school gates, and you follow social distancing rules and wear face coverings where required. This is really vital to support the school. Our schools have been really grateful for your support as parents over the course of the pandemic, and really appreciate your understanding with all of these new rules and regulations. If parents have any concerns, then please contact the individual school directly, or you can email our pupil welfare service, and they can help you with any queries you may have. A big thank you from me really to the whole school community, because I've seen what schools have done, I've seen what teachers have done, and all the staff within schools that support the school and keeping the school open. It's been tremendous really, and I've seen the hard work and the stress that's gone into that. And of course to parents for being so understanding at this really difficult time, and for all the new things that we're landing on you. So my thanks to the whole school community, and please keep doing what you're doing. The other thing that we've had several queries on has been this second dose of the vaccine. So I thought it'd be useful to go over a few things. First thing to say is that the second dose is really important for everyone to get. You need the 2 doses to get the full protection against the coronavirus. So please do have your second dose. I think that's the important message. You will get your second dose at the same location where you had your first. Do not book a second dose on the national booking system if you've had the first dose at a GP site, doctor's surgery or a walk-in centre or a hospital site. You will be contacted to call you in for the second dose if it's not already been arranged for you. And if it transpires that you've gone beyond the 12 weeks, then don't worry. Just get your second dose as soon as you can. You don't need to restart the whole vaccination program. You can get the second dose, beyond the 12-week period. So, don't worry that if you have gone beyond the 12 weeks that you have to restart the program. No, you don't need to do that. Just get your second dose when you can. So, next week is the first stage of the easing out of lockdown. What I think is really important to say is, yes, there is an end to all of this, but just not yet. Please hold on and follow the rules at every stage of this roadmap. We need to ensure that people don't stretch the rules and don't start to do things beyond what's allowed within the roadmap. Because if we start to do that, we start to risk cases increasing, and then we might have to put things into reverse gear and start to introduce restrictions again. That's the last thing we want to do. And what I want to emphasize to people is this roadmap is cautious, and it is purposefully cautious. So we all need to follow the rules exactly as they're prescribed in the roadmap, because we don't want to jeopardise what we've all achieved. And Blackpool's achieved great things when it comes to keeping COVID rates low and down. We need to do everything we can to make sure that happens. And along with that, I've always said consistently on these video blogs, please, if you've got symptoms, go and get tested. If you're unsure whether you've got coronavirus, I'd rather you get tested, so that we can, do the necessary things to stop the spread of the virus. Because if we don't know where the infection is, we can't do anything about it. So getting tested is really important. There's plenty of testing capacity within Blackpool. You don't have to travel outside of the town. You can get an appointment really easily on the national system. So book online or ring 119 and get a test. So thank you once again for everything you're doing. As I said, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is an end to all of this, but we need to follow the rules at each step of the roadmap. And I can't emphasize that more. Stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video. Thanks very much.